Okay, so while I'm being racially harassed every day, and they're trying to get me to fall in line with the order of white supremacy, white Jews, LGBT community, the news says that there were 10 people killed in a racially motivated shooting in Buffalo at a grocery store. Okay, so you see how order comes into play. Well, I'm going to play at the end of this video a clip of basically a violent kind of encounter between a law enforcement agent and a person there. Now, this person is an example of what I would call common racism, the police officer. He's not in the Klan, but he's on the spectrum of racism as he expects people to fall in line. The clip starts with him saying, "You think that you're above everyone, and that's the problem. The problem is what he's saying, the problem is that you think that you're above everyone." Now think about how that applies to me in my religious argument and the history of the Ku Klux Klan that persecuted black people, especially church people, because they made the argument that the Jewish plight was more like the black people's plight in slavery than any other group. Okay, they drew parallels, and that was the main one. So they're fuming me and they're persecuting me with over 22 witnesses, and they still stop, even though they know I have accused them publicly time and time again of racially harassing me and using law enforcement and the various intelligence agencies in the military in a kind of concerted effort to harass me, to try to get me to fall in line. There's strong parallels between what's going on here, okay, in Morgan Hill, California, what happened in Buffalo, okay, and the Dorchester violent incident between the law enforcement agent and a 19-year-old black kid who had a shirt on that says "Just Bring It," which is not the same as what I'm doing. My argument is moral precision. He was like some kind of rap fan gone wild or something. So he was also in the wrong. Okay, so what's going on in this country? See, even if there was a shooting like this every day and they killed 1,000 people, that's not as big of an issue as what's going on here in Morgan Hill, because this has to do with the very essence of the direction of society. Okay, society is going in a direction of potent white supremacy and scientific racism, which is similar to Hitler, except for the stakeholders have changed, and they are Jews, whites, and LGBT people, and they do not like African masculinity and heterosexuality, and they don't like my arguments of moral precision and focused moral intensity are greater than conformity. They're greater than so-called intellect in a school that is for white people, by white people. Okay, they don't like my arguments of universal pinpoint and moral precision as the true interpretation of the Bible, Quran, and Torah. Okay, and they would draw parallels between what I'm doing and terrorist groups who argue that Western culture, the culture of white supremacy, is what they're really getting at, is forbidden, which means the social clubs and everything that upholds that, including the attitudes, sentiments, behaviors, and dating scales. This is critical for you to understand this and get the message out as soon as possible. You have to think in terms of the bigger picture. When you meet your maker, okay, then what? When the best years of your life are gone and you're on your way to meet your maker, then what? When you're gone and your offspring are here, you want them to follow the same footsteps as you and accept the boundaries of white, Jewish, and LGBT supremacy with their token minorities allies? Is this what you want for yourselves, for your eternity, for your offspring, for their eternity? You need to think logically, regardless if you're religious or not. The overwhelming logical assumption and sound conclusion is that the first thing that came ever was powerful enough to create itself, and that is God, and he created justice and righteousness, and the heavens have a certain way about them that screams justice and righteousness, and I'm the top martial artist for a reason with my up to $5 million challenge, pay nothing if you lose, because it was justice, righteousness, and universal pinpoint and moral precision, the son of 2 doctors, 1 a brain surgeon, that allowed me to be far better than any other martial artist there ever was. Okay? And we're going on many, many years now. I started my challenge in 2013, August, had another challenge in 2012, May, and I was challenging them before that even. Okay, over 10 years worth of challenges, and they cannot even come close to beat me, and they've harassed me, and hundreds of people every day play subtle roles in the harassment campaign with 22 witnesses, including those to fuming and covert poisoning. Thank you. So here's the clip from the Dorchester violent encounter with the police. And this isn't me, and this isn't a clip from the Buffalo mass shooting. We'll get to more into the details in part 2. Part 1 is important. What I'm talking about is more important than the Buffalo mass shooting, which is, at this point, they say that 10 people have died and it was racially motivated. More information coming soon. All right, so let me get this ready. So this is not me. This is from a video that shows violent Well, this cop is not talking to me. This is from a video called Video Shows Violent Encounter with Dorchester County Sheriff's Deputy. It's posted by the Channel Post and Courier, and it's from a month ago.
You think you're above everything. That's the problem. So keep going. How about I arrest you right now? How about that? Because now you want to be... Is that how this is going to go? Is that how this is going to go? You got 3 seconds to start walking towards that sidewalk or I'm going to arrest you. 1, 2... All right, come on. Turn around behind your bike. You're under arrest. Turn around. Don't touch me. Oh! Okay, stop. I promise I'll stop. You wanna keep acting like this? I'll stop. You gonna keep acting like this? I'm done with you. Okay. I'm done doing what I tell you. Okay, I'm sorry. You wanna act like a man? You're harassing these people. I wanna harass. I'll put you on trespass for almost all these fucking properties over here. You wanna come in this roadway and start cussing and everything? I'm tired of people messing with me. I had a hard day, and I'm not even doing anything for you. I tried giving you a ride home, and you wanna sit here and act like this? Well, put your hands on me. Now get up and get going. I'm not doing.
Okay, so also keep in mind that they harass me every day, and this cop is complaining about one incident of harassing those people, okay, and they said no soliciting in the neighborhood or whatever, so he's trying to sell his album or whatever it was, where they're harassing me and shining lights on me and fuming and poisoning me. You don't see the cops getting angry and reacting for that because their scale is white supremacy. It's not universal pinpointed moral precision, okay, and they lead their families down that path, which is worse than beating them.